Welcome to another Monday. With streaming having no big releases this past week, I found myself searching for what to watch. And yes, I heard about Animal Crackers kind of hitting it big on Netflix, but not until after the fact. So I scrolled through the platforms and was able to locate something a little crazy and relatively new tucked into Prime. Since retiring his wand, Daniel Radcliffe has taken some very interesting roles, and today's review definitely skews from the Wizarding world. So how crazy does this one get? Here's my take on Guns Akimbo. Our movie begins with Miles, played by Radcliffe. He is a video game developer bored with real life that enjoys trolling people on the internet by night. In this world, the internet is dominated by Schism, a show that pits criminals and psychos against each other in real-life death matches, and the public eats it up. Well, one night Miles leaves some derogatory messages on their website, only to have the head of the organization show up at his apartment. He is beaten and drugged, and upon awakening, he finds that guns have been bolted to his hands, and he is forced to compete against Nyx, the #1 killer in the game, played by Samara Weaving, who is promised a way out if she kills Miles. Being a non-violent person, Miles decides to employ the strategy of run and hide. Although even this is made difficult when the simplest of activities become an impossibility because of, guns being bolted to your hands. Nyx seems to be able to track Miles, but he keeps managing to elude her and try to escape the city. As the movie progresses, Miles realizes he can no longer run when Schism kidnaps his ex-girlfriend. He decides to try to reason with and gain the aid of Nyx for the two to go after Schism rather than each other. Even though she seems reluctant, Miles has some information that may win her over. We then take an adrenaline ride to the finish as the violence escalates, and we as the audience at least get an action-packed final chapter as we wait to see who, if anyone, will walk away. So, what to say about this one? First off, I had never heard of it before and only found it by skimming quickly through the platforms. I'd have to say it's not an original movie. The camera angles induce disorientation, which makes you think of Crank or Hardcore Henry. We've seen the same scenario play out countless times before, from Death Race to Gamer. But in this instance, we're not dealing with a known action hero. We're watching Harry Potter in these intense situations. Speaking of which, it's fun watching Daniel Radcliffe try to separate himself from Harry, and he does it well, even with a solid American accent. Samara Weaving is a lot of fun in this. Considering we last saw her in Ready or Not, she takes the female warrior character and kicks it up a notch for this one, and I never even would have recognized her. She definitely has this character down, which makes it interesting that the next time I'm going to see her is in Bill and Ted 3. So overall, is this a good movie? I'd be hard-pressed to say yes, but it is a lot of fun in the stupidest way possible. It has the feel of a graphic novel put to film, but not done as well as The Old Guard from a few weeks ago. However, it's not based on anything, but funnily enough becomes a comic book in the movie. It has pretty graphic violence, but it doesn't come across that way, either because it's done very cartoony or I'm just becoming desensitized. Either way, if you want to see Harry Potter as an action hero, this is a fun one to check out. Just don't expect a deep, award-worthy film. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.